Hey, it's Matthew from phillip.matthew.com. I want to talk to you today about Robert Kiyosaki books. I'm thinking of some of the books that I've read in the past. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm thinking of the CASHFLOW Quadrant. I'm thinking of the book, If You Want to Be Rich and Happy, Don't Go to School. And there was a couple of other books as well. But I'll just talk about what I can remember about them. What I remember is that Robert Kiyosaki basically had two fathers. One of his fathers was his biological father, who actually was worked in the education industry, was like a governor of a school, and had sort of indoctrinated Robert about what we call traditional thinking. Whereas he had another dad, and it was his best mate's dad. They're only about 9 years old. I think the guy's name was Mike, and Mike's dad was a rich dad. So he basically grew up with these two different fathers. One was sort of a very conventional, he calls it poor dad, and the other one was sort of more a rich dad. So that's sort of basically the guts of what his past and his history was. Now, some of the things Robert Kiyosaki wants you to think about, which sort of filters through his books, is he wants you to get you to think about the idea of wealth. He wants you to think about the idea of business. He wants you to think about the idea of educating yourself and going further than the traditional education stream takes you. A couple of other things that I really enjoyed reading in the Robert Kiyosaki books was this idea about developing your financial intelligence, developing your emotional intelligence. And he talks about this idea of emotional intelligence many times. And in a nutshell, it's the idea of basically when you feel like pulling back from things, it's this inner self that feels like pulling back. He says he learned to push forward, to go against the grain, to do what the ordinary person wouldn't do. Another idea that I thought was really interesting in the Robert Kiyosaki books was this idea, the average person thinks that their house is an asset. Well, that's not what he thinks. He actually goes the opposite way, and he says your house is not an asset. And I guess you'd have to read the books to sort of find out why he thinks that, but it's pretty interesting. So there you have it. I hope you got something out of that. I hope you got something out of what I said about Robert Kiyosaki books. If you like what I've said here, click that like button. If you want to talk personally and get some personal one-on-one coaching about the sorts of vehicles you can use, click on that link below, and that'll get you access to us. And don't forget to subscribe to our videos. You get one a day and you won't lose there either. Have a great day. Bye.